Mercurius, the Roman god of travelers and thieves, a diverse god, he is seen as a symbol of the human unconscious and the mental world. He is equated with the philosopher's stone, the ultimate mystery in the field of alchemy. Well now, I say that is a interesting persona indeed. You can see the rod there. That is also a sign of Mercury. Hey guys, NK78 back here with more Persona 5. In the last episode, we fought Sumi and Maruki a little bit, and he says he wants us to take time for ourselves before February 3rd to confirm reality. And in this one, we're going to figure ourselves out. Make everyone happy, huh? But even so, anyway, let's think about it tomorrow. We need to sleep. Will this bring us back to the Velvet Road? Because I've been noticing the butterflies again. Oh, yes! It did.
It's been quite some time.
Did you sense this ruin as well?
We have finally succeeded in reaching you.
I'm sorry. I looked at Igor and he's just sitting there with his normal stance, but it just looks so funny in the background. Anyways. What's going on?
You have been imprisoned once more. This time, not by the god of control, but a different entity, one who's bound you through your future. However, you held fast to your free will and believed in your bonds, allowing your friends to regain their own realities. You are on the verge of grasping a potential reality once more.
Potential reality?
Our meeting again now within this place is proof enough.
Yep, it is. Nope.
It seems the time has come.
Wait.
We are merely beings who provide aid to humans as they carry out their will. You must be the one to determine the path and actions to take.
Oh. Okay.
If the will of rebellion still thrives within you, then we will surely meet again.
Okay. Don't forget me! Like they even look at this.
Lady Lavenza told you that? We ought to tell everyone else that too. Let's all meet up after school.
I like his scarf.
Good morning. I'm sorry. I can't believe what I tried to do to you two. I genuinely cannot apologize enough for what happened.
Oh, come on. There's no need for that. More importantly, how have you been?
Physically, I'm fine. But mentally, to be entirely honest, I'm all mixed up.
Are you okay?
My memories are still pretty fuzzy, and I haven't really processed everything yet. I'm going to need a little time to myself to think things through. I have to figure out what to do with myself from here on.
I'll be here for you if you need anything, please. Don't be hesitant to reach out. My shoulder, it's fine. Why do you ask, Coach? May I take extra time? All the school. I wonder how my other confidants are doing as well.
Time's up.
Happy New Year, everyone! Y'all did your homework, right? Next year is going to be all about your college entrance exams, so you better start preparing now. Oh, and if you cause any trouble, it'll show up on your transcripts, so make sure you behave yourselves, okay? Now, time to turn in that homework. Let's see, who's on class duty today? Have you been studying? Well, not that you really had time for that. Let's see. Is everyone rested up? More or less. My mind was racing so much that I passed out before I even realized it. Same here. I think I've sorted through my own thoughts. but I'd still like to hear everyone else's take. Let's meet at the hideout. Sure thing. We'll come to the hideout right after school then. Gotcha. Cool, I'll be waiting for all of ya.
Hey,
We definitely need to update everybody about Lady Lavenza and cook up our own plans for here on out too.
We have to choose our own path, eh? Akechi had mentioned that we needed to determine what we'll do from here on out. It seems he was right.
We can't accept this reality, but that means we'll have to fight Dr. Maruki, right?
that's right. We have to confront Maruki and steal his desire. In a way, it's business as usual for us.
Dr. Maruki is an adult with a warped desire. But that desire's just a wish for us all to be happy, right?
It's a really weird desire, isn't it?
I admit, it's nothing similar to the desires we've seen in the likes of Shido and Kamoshida.
The Phantom Thieves only change the hearts of evildoers. Dr. Maruki is quite different from our past targets.
Well, I think we already know what we gotta do. Haru's right. Dr. Maruki ain't a shitty adult at all. There are probably plenty of folks out there living all happy in this reality. Who knows? Maybe Dr. Maruki is actually doing the right thing. But we all still feel like this reality's wrong, right? We decide what's right for ourselves. That's what we all agreed on when we went after him in the palace. If changing Doc's heart fixes our reality, then I'm gonna do it. So somebody say something?
Sorry, I was just thinking about how right you are, Ryuichi.
So we're going to change our target's heart not to reform society, but to acquire the reality we believe in. That doesn't sound bad at all.
Then it's unanimous.
Well, that means our next step is pretty clear.
Let's check out the palace.
Right. Maruki said that he'd be willing to fight if we are too. It's safe to assume he's expecting us to infiltrate his palace.
That reminds me. You know that, reality bending stuff? Why is Doc able to do that anyway?
I've been wondering the same thing. Even if he was the top cognitive science expert, that wouldn't be enough for him to do all of this.
Something about God, maybe.
If we're going to fight Maruki, we'd better dig up some more intel on him first.
Well, there's our cue with Akechi.
Good day.
Oh, never mind. It's Lavenza.
This is Lavenza speaking.
I imagine she's holding like an elegant phone, an elegant antique phone that, you know, you pick up and you have to like dial the number by spinning the wheel on it. Lavenza?
Huh?
Your will of rebellion has reached new heights. We would like to aid that will, if you find it agreeable.
That'd be helpful.
Wait, how is she even calling you?
Don't ask.
And how'd she know how high our wills are? Did she tap your line or something?
Her timing was just too perfect. Maybe she actually did.
I have performed no form of electronic surveillance whatsoever.
She can hear you.
Apparently, she can hear you.
There's something I wish to tell you regarding your current situation. However, I'm reaching the limit of my communication ability with this method. Let us meet in person tomorrow.
Where?
It would be best for me to select a location considered easy to reach by all parties. Therefore, let us convene at your school.
At Shujin?
Wait, she'll be at the school? Lavenza will?
Maybe she'll make herself look like a student? I don't know.
In that case, I'll see you tomorrow.
She hung up.
Is she really gonna go to our school? Just walk through the front gates like nothing?
Maybe she's hidden in this reality.
I'm not sure what to make of it. But since we've determined our goal and Lavenza's offered to help us, I'd call that progress of some sort.
All we have left is whatever we discuss tomorrow at school, plus whether or not we're going to team up with Akechi.
Considering what he told us,
really does seem like we share an end goal with Akechi, but
Well, I think we ought to team up.
me too.
Are you sure?
Dr. Maruki's strong enough to change reality itself. If we're gonna fight him, we're gonna need Akechi's help.
Plus, if he does betray us again, we'll just take him out too.
Guess that settles that.
Let's all meet at Shujin tomorrow. I'll take care of figuring out how to get Yusuke and Futaba in the school.
I appreciate the effort.
All right, let's head home for now.
Evening. Nope. So, did you think Lefenza will make it to the school? I hope she doesn't get lost or anything. Yeah, don't you think it's a bad idea, her wandering around in that getup? That's true. Hopefully no one gives her a hard time. If someone does, you better come up with a good excuse for her, Ren. I'll handle it. What do you even say? Your options are kind of limited as a transfer student. Just say she's like your little sister or something. At any rate, I'm certain she would reach out to us if something were to go awry. That's true. That's true. We could put our faith in Lavenza. Agreed. Let us know if anything changes, Ren. Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Why would Lady Lavenza want to meet up at the school? It's not like she just wants to check out the place, right? I don't know. Apparently, Morgana says we have to go to bed, so we shall do that. We can't do much more. You're on the ground. My cat's in my lap. Hey. Sorry, it's nothing. No, what's up? You tell me now.
No.
I was just remembering what was happening that night. You remember, right? The night before we went into the mementos to erase it before we dealt with Shido?
Hey.
Remember how I'd said I finally found the place where I belong? Even though I said that and really believed it, I still fell into Maruki's hands. I know I made it obvious how much I wanted to be human. More than once, I thought it would give me a chance to be with Lady On, but what I did was just so lame. I can't believe I was off having a blast while you were trying to help save us. I understand why, though.
Wait.
Quit being so nice to me. If you're trying to try excusing something this big, I'd be more disappointed than anything. Now that I think about it, you've been helping me from the very beginning. Hell, I was locked up in a prison when we first met. I'm nowhere near cool. You don't have to be cool.
Right.
Well, that's true. And after all we've been through together, there's no point in trying to act cool in front of you.
Listen up.
Know what? I'm going to make you a promise right now. From here on, I'm going to be more independent. I just kept relying on you for everything just because deep down, I thought you could figure everything out for me. But that's all changing. I'm going to stand on my own 4 feet, and I'm going to be the one to protect you. I promise I will. The cat's looking up at me like I'm a crazy person. Wait, what? No, I just got him! Oh, are they dueling? Oh, that's cool. Oh, no, they fused. Now we got some sort of Meta Knight. I've discovered a new, my original power. Morgana's persona Mercurius has transformed into Diego. Still going with the Antonio Banderas theme, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, time to serve Baruki his just desserts. Anyone who tries to pull one over on us like that is asking for it. Let's do our best.
Right.
Right. Sorry again for all the hassle. You and I are going to get even greater partners now.
Let's
Well,
turn in for the night.
Things are going to get hectic starting tomorrow. Let's call it a night. We changed Miracle Rush. Medium physical damage to all with a high chance of critical. Over Miracle Punch? Yes, please. Also, Majestic Presence. Increases the effect of all allies' healing skills. May decrease the SP cost. Ooh. Nice. Awakening the Phantom. Cannot take screenshot now. Of course you can't. A new year is starting. You all look sleepy. What, did you doze through the new year? Was Shogatsu the big excuse to laze around? Good grief, Shogatsu's not supposed to be an excuse to relax, you know. We decorate the Karumatsu, Kagami Mochi, and Shimenawa in order to welcome the Toshigami deities. It's one of the oldest traditions in Japan. By the way, Cherry Blossom Feeling and even Children's Day are meant to commemorate deities and spirits. Japan's got lots of gods, so naturally there ended up being a lot of events and rituals to accommodate them all. There's a phrase referring to all of the Shinto gods as the collective. Anyone know it offhand?
What is the answer?
Alright, Takamaki-san, I bet you know. I'll bet you slept through Shogatsu. Huh? Oh, yeah, I mean...
Hey, wait!
Hey, Lady Ann is obviously panicking. Be a good guy and help her out. For more useless knowledge. I'm so unlucky and I didn't even sleep through Shogatsu. Ren, are you awake? Can you give me a hint? It's some kind of phrase about gods, but it's kind of abstract, right? What's this phrase supposed to illustrate about the gods of Shinto? It is supposed to be how numerous they are. Yeah, I think that's right. They use a specific number, right? What's that phrase again? The one about how many gods are in Shinto? 8 million. Yeah, I think that's it.
That means...
The people call the gods of Shinto the 8 million gods.
This is it.
Correct.
That's correct. We try to call them Yaoyorozu no Kami, or the 8 million gods, though that's not the number. Though that number is not meant to be taken literally. Yaoyorozu is essentially shorthand for myriad gods, an unaccountable number. In olden days, the Japanese believed that the gods dwelled in everything. What with all these traditions, you could say that these beliefs still affect our lives today. It's a wonderful thing, really. We really need to cherish our history. Nice! Lady Ann seems relieved. It also helped us bond with her, even though she's ranked 10 already. Lunchtime.
You've been awfully busy lately. Don't forget to eat lunch. As for myself, be sure to order some jelly-filled bread and...
Lavenza's already here.
That's...
Let's follow it.
Yeah, let's go.
Just like in the dream. Do I get control to follow it?
Hey!
Chase, sit down so you don't lose sight of it.
Making fun of me?
Where's it going?
Oh!
Hey, you see that? It went to the first floor. Yeah, I'm following it. There we go. Where on earth is it trying to go? We gotta follow it. Dr. Maruki's office?
For real?
The nurse's office? What's going on here? It's just like my dream. Even showed up in your dreams? That's strange. Well, never mind that. There's no point in thinking about this right now. Let's get inside the nurse's office. This will be awkward to explain. Hello?
Lady Lavenza.
Hello. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I see. Exchanging common expressions upon meeting like humans do, it has a rather pleasant feeling. But that is irrelevant. Let's turn to the matter at hand. As I told you yesterday, there's something I wish to tell you. But first, please gather your other friends here.
Here? You want to meet in the nurse's office?
This place is filled with the cognition of bed rest. Maintaining my existence in a reality controlled by someone like Maruki is no simple feat. But the exhaustion that it induces is limited by this place's cognition, so I may converse with you all in person here.
Oh.
I see.
Let us continue this conversation once everyone involved has convened. Until that time, I will provide my eyes a much-needed rest.
Wait, rest? Lady Lavenza?
She fell asleep.
I guess we should get everyone in here.
Okay.
Infiltration success.
I'm rather surprised no one took notice of us.
Considering how I don't have an adequate excuse for the school to approve your being here, we're lucky it went as well as it did.
As long as you maintain an air of confidence, you can fool just about anybody into thinking you belong.
What about Akechi? Oh.
I must say, though, I hadn't expected you to actually reach out to me for something like this.
Well, it's just as we said before. We've accepted your offer to work together.
Now's not the time to let personal stuff get in the way of our goal. But if you ever betray us again, we'll make sure you regret it.
All right, then. That's no concern of mine, anyway. Remember what I told you all before. We share a mutual interest. Until Maruki is defeated, we have a deal to uphold.
It appears that everyone's arrived.
You back from your nap?
Does this mean you're ready to begin?
Ain't that our line?
Care to fill us in?
Yes. I wished to speak with you about the circumstances that led this Maruki to alter reality as you know it, as well as the true nature of his power.
This is the first time Akechi's meeting Lavenza.
You know all of that?
I admit there will be a degree of speculation involved, but only to a small extent. First, I will explain the situation with the current reality. I believe that Maruki has altered the cognition of the masses. In other words, it's thought that the alterations he's made are the result of his meddling with mementos.
Oh, I knew it. I figured it out. I feel like he had to have known about mementos somehow.
He changed mementos? How is that even possible?
How'd it come back?
Wait, don't forget about our experience with the Metanav in Maruki's palace. Seems like this kind of thing has a habit of sticking around despite our expectations.
Mementos is the cognition of the masses given form. If that man is truly capable of controlling individuals' cognitions, and that man were also to gain access to mementos, it would be no surprise that he could impact everyone's cognitions and affect reality itself.
Could he really have done all that? I mean, it's assumed that Dr. Maruki has the power to control cognition, right?
Exactly. That man's controlling of cognition. Let's see. Why don't we refer to his power as actualization? Most likely, that actualization is a power unique to a persona.
So he's also a persona user?
In other words, this man named Maruki is...
He's a persona user?
That's impossible. There's no way to have a persona and a palace at the same time.
Determining when Maruki first awakened to his power is wholly impossible. However, by the time he crossed your paths, there's no doubt that he was making use of his actualization, although he may have only been doing so subconsciously.
Even if it is just his subconscious, he's using a persona in the real world.
So, his ability to make Yoshizawa-san think she was Kasumi-chan.
It was most likely through the use of actualization.
Still, though,
Where is Kasumi?
even if we assume that Maruki has unique persona abilities, such as the case with him and myself,
I meant, Sumer.
we still need to determine how he used that power on mementos as a whole, rather than a single individual.
Right. Even if there were some kind of power that could affect mementos, it's on a whole other level from what we've seen so far. A single person just shouldn't be capable of all that.
That's true. Changing reality just by thinking about it isn't something humans do. It's something that, like, gods do.
And what if he became such a god?
He's a god as well? What?
The god of control.
Indeed, the being in mementos that you all defeated was a false deity that the masses deludedly clung to. It is easy to conclude that Maruki simply took over the false god's position when it disappeared.
What the heck?
Took over his position? What do you mean? So you're saying society thinks of Doc as a god now or something?
Now, the Phantom Thieves are the ones who gained the masses' support after defeating this so-called god of control. So it would follow that the masses would turn to the Phantom Thieves next as their savior. In that case, why did they instead turn to Maruki, who did none of the work the Phantom Thieves did?
Masses were invested in the Phantom Thieves, not Maruki.
Wait, you what? What do you mean? We never wished for anything like this. Is that really true?
It's most likely because
We wished for it.
What?
After we defeated the god of control, we wished for reality to be like Dr. Maruki described it. And it happened?
I don't remember doing any wishing with you guys and Doc. I mean, when would we have even had the chance to?
What about our counseling?
That's what I was thinking. I think the dream, the counseling was meant to say, like, in the dream they were mentioning that I was remembering that each of the phrases in it were something that they said in the counseling, so I think Maruki picked it up and then put the pieces together to make the wish. You can't keep the past, but you still want to keep your chin up and press onward. Is that the gist of it? Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, it'd definitely be better than if none of this had happened at all, but... Well, no matter what path you might have to take to get there, I hope your track team still will do some good in the end. Thanks.
Looks like you all walked right into the spider's parlor.
there's no way of knowing how many of those situations were intentionally orchestrated by that man. However, the result is still the same. A desire for his actualization was seeded within your hearts. Thus, I have no doubt that it was your own desires that led to their actualization.
I don't think I've ever would have came to about the fact that he would have became God. I still kept wrapping my mind on why he would want to keep doing this, and part of it is probably because of what happened to him. But I still don't get it.
So this is all our fault, huh?
We're the ones who told him the cognitive world really exists, too.
Let's put an end to this.
Right, let's fight. If this is our own fault, we've got to be the ones to fix it.
Yes. This realization changes none of what we must do.
Very well. Then allow me to proceed. This world is in a very unstable condition currently. On the day that the God of Control fused mementos with the real world,
So, Christmas Eve.
the merging was undone through your efforts, and the two worlds are now attempting to return to their initial states.
So, what you're saying is this world has reverted to a state where the fusion with mementos hasn't been totally undone.
Oh, it's like trying to download something and then you stop something mid-download.
That explains why Maruki's palace was visible in Odaiba.
Even as we speak, Maruki is still influencing this world in places where its boundaries are blurred. As slow a pace as it may be, he still continues to actualize the world of the masses as a whole. Should this continue, reality shall merge with mementos once more. The two worlds will again become one. When that happens, anyone trapped within the actualized world can never again awaken to the original one.
No.
This issue goes beyond the masses as well. Although you are all Persona users, It would be next to impossible to defy Maruki in a world completely under his control. To be clear, once the two worlds conclude their fusion, there will be no chance of your success in this mission. And I believe this fusion will conclude in 1 month's time.
We only have a month.
If memory serves me correctly, February 3rd was the date Dr. Maruki gave us, right? Could he have possibly chosen the time limit based on when his actualization will be completed?
It's possible.
If that's the case, we don't got another choice except to steal his treasure by then.
We'll need to secure our route to the treasure by the 2nd so we can send our calling card. Then, on the day of, we're most likely going to have to fight Maruki.
Allow me to produce the calling card. This is certain to be our final card. I'll pour my heart and soul into its creation.
Be that as it may, there are still some unsolved questions.
You mean the meta-nav?
Right?
What's the deal with the palace's name? Doesn't seem to affect the app's functions, but
That must also be a product of Maruki's cognition. He most likely learned that you could somehow infiltrate the metaverse.
I mean, he did really see us leave Kamoshida's palace.
As long as he permits your existence, your method of infiltration will not entirely disappear either.
I wonder if he, like, tried to enter some of these palaces and was, like, following us around with the... And he has the meta-nav, too, because he is a Persona user now that I learned.
However, in his heart he must have feared you would learn his identity as the palace's ruler. Perhaps such a feeling took the form of hiding the ruler's name from you.
But in that case, why didn't Dr. Maruki just actualize us out of existence entirely?
Maybe he wants to save us.
Maruki told us he wants us to accept his world. It may be hard to believe, but since we mutually benefit from his actualization, maybe he really does want us to submit.
Sorry, even if it does fix shit for us, I just can't accept the world getting treated like that. Let's start the infiltration tomorrow, yeah? And you? Sound good?
You're willing to ask me as well?
Duh, dude. The Phantom Thieves don't act unless it's a unanimous vote.
Fine then. You know I have no intention of accepting Maruki's world anyway.
Then that settles that.
What about Sumi?
Wait, what about Yoshizawa-san?
Exactly.
we may not have summoned her as one of the Phantom Thieves. This definitely involves her as well.
Maybe we should fill her in on our situation once she comes to terms with her own. What she does with that information, though, that's up to her.
Right.
If that concludes matters, I shall continue to watch over you, Trickster.
Are you referring to me or Akechi?
Please show me the path that you choose for humanity.
Okay. Bye. Oh, she was listening to us. Oh, she should come in. It's fine. Ow, cat. Please.
I just...
Guess we might as well close up for the night. Hey, once you're done washing that, you can go ahead and call it a welcome.
Yoshizawa?
Have a seat. She's here to see you, right? Now, don't worry about finishing up. I'll take care of it later.
Sorry for coming over so late. And thank you for the coffee. It's delicious. Would you mind if I got something off my chest? Thank you. So, to tell the truth, I saw you all go into the nurse's office today, and, I sort of eavesdropped on your conversation.
About Maruki?
You've all found the paths you want to take, and are following them with such confidence. Whereas I'm simply... like Dr. Maruki said before, I ran from the truth. I couldn't handle the fact that Kasumi died because of my actions. My memories are still a bit hazy, but even when I remembered that I'm really Sumire, I didn't want to accept it. I was still running from reality, where Kasumi is gone, where I had to live for Kasumi instead of as her.
Do you still want to run?
No. Like I said earlier, I realized something when I saw you all striving to push onward. I can't keep running like this. But now that Kasumi's gone, I have no idea what to do with myself. Senpai, what should I do?
You have to decide. I'm sorry.
You can be awfully firm sometimes, Senpai. But you're absolutely correct. I must thank you for allowing me to unload all of this onto you. I'm still not completely sure what I should do, but I plan to think more on it. I've got to figure out what to do with my life now.
You can come to me anytime you need some more help, I promise. Please.
Let's reform society.
Tomorrow we're going to go to the palace. We're going to take back the world, the real world. Rewriting reality. I would never have thought such a thing was possible. Not only that, but this palace is ruled by a Persona user. How does that make any sense? I know Godmeding when I sing it. At this point, he's basically a god, right? This shit makes Shido look small time. We need to come up with a plan. That's a good point. We should meet up tomorrow. Sounds good. Speaking of which, how should we contact Kechi-kun? I guess we could call him back into the group chat, right? Yep, that'd be the quickest. Agreed. Alright, I'll take care of it. Thanks! 1 month to go, huh? We better come up with the plan. That time is gonna go by fast. It definitely will. Alright. In the next video, we will, go infiltrate the palace. We'll see you guys then.